Hey, so today I want to talk about a trip I made to Maine, United States, Maine. It was about a year and a half ago, so my memory is a little bit shady about it. But from where I am, Fredericton, New Brunswick, it's about a 3.5 hour drive. We drove through the Woodstock crossing or around there to get over there. Now I was told that Maine was like New Brunswick but better. And although I do agree there's quite a few similarities from what I've seen between our province and their state, um, there was a lot of different things, I guess, or a few different things I'd like to point out about it. One thing people or Canadians go to Maine for is for like the better deals. Things are cheaper, is what I heard all the time. But from my visit down there, things were about the same price, and in certain cases even more expensive. Um, and in fact, the only thing I seen there that I could recognize as cheaper was gas, which gas was half the price of what it is here, so that was good. But so yeah, so gas was cheaper, everything else was about the same. And on our way there, we did stop at the Bangor Mall, which was something I was told was a popular location. I was shocked to find that a third of the Bangor Mall appeared to be closed off, and the whole mall appeared to be in ruins almost. Like the tiles we walked on shifted. There was cracks in the wall and the floor. It just surprised me. And the whole time we were in Maine, the only thing we bought were a pair of shoes, and then we stopped at a Chinese restaurant before heading home. And we intended to go down there to do a little bit of shopping. Just there's nothing worthwhile buying there. In fact, the shoes weren't. I don't think were any cheaper than they would be here in New Brunswick. We just decided to buy them is all because I remember it was a good fit for my feet versus normally we struggle to find shoes for me here because I acquire 10.5 wide. Normally you get shoes that are 10.5 or 10 wide. You don't get them both. We did stop at a restaurant I think it's called Happy China Buffet. I could be wrong. I know there's a few Chinese restaurants there, but we had a really good experience there. The food tasted really good. People were really nice. Everyone thought my wife and her family were from Puerto Rico. They're Filipinos. So we heard that comment a few times, so that was funny. I can't judge all of Maine because of a few experiences, but it did seem like people were not as cultured maybe as they were in New Brunswick. Like they're not as aware of outside of their own area. And another thing I noticed when driving, I don't remember if it was when we were driving to Bangor or driving back from Bangor because we took two different paths. We drove through a place. I'm pretty sure the city was called Lincoln. I could be wrong, or town, whatever. But there was about 24 homes that were just abandoned or looked abandoned. And that kind of surprised me a little bit, to be honest. Like the whole area looked like it was going through some fairly bad financial problems. The roads, in fact, weren't much better than ours in New Brunswick. I know Canada is known to have terrible roads, or like that's so I've been told. And then honestly, New Brunswick, they are kind of bad compared to like when I was in Quebec. I was in Quebec for a bit, and their roads are way better than ours in New Brunswick. So like even though people told me Maine was a better version of like New Brunswick but better, I feel the same. I feel the opposite actually. I think that Maine is kind of a worse version of New Brunswick. And yeah, I guess I don't know what else to say about it other than I was really shocked because it's kind of the opposite of what I was told. Or like people go there to shop, and I went there to shop, but the prices weren't really any better, and they weren't worse other than the gas. I guess at this point I'm just repeating myself. I don't have a lot to say, but anyways, thanks for the watch. Bye.